And welcome back, all you potential crackheads out there. My name is Clay. Thank you for tuning in. It was announced earlier this morning that the NHL's 32nd franchise would be officially named the Seattle Kraken. And if you watched my previous video breaking down the teaser trailer for this name announcement, you would know that I predicted that the name was definitely not gonna be the Kraken. And well, boy, do I feel kind of dumb. Go ahead, laugh it up. I can take it. Anyhow, name was announced. Seattle Kraken is now official. So I wanted to kind of look at not only the name that was announced, but also the logos, the color scheme, and jersey design as well. I wanted to give my opinions and thoughts on all of it. So without further ado, let's jump into it. First and foremost, the name. Something we've been waiting a long time for. Now we officially know it is officially the Seattle Krakens, and I have to admit, I'm actually pretty disappointed. Because although it's a pretty neat sounding name, pretty cool sounding name, Kraken, right? It's fun to say. Beyond that, once that facade kind of fades away, there's no real tie or connection to Seattle. Other than the fact that it was a mythical creature that lived in the sea. And Seattle is a city near the city. Like, that's it, though. So the meaning isn't really there. The connection isn't really there. When I think of Kraken, I don't think Seattle. I don't really think Pacific Northwest. To me, Seattle Kraken sounds like a minor league name. Like an AHL name, an ECHL name. Not quite an NHL name. I'm not saying there's not dumb names in the NHL, but for me, like Kraken it's just not NHL level. But that could just personally be me. In addition to that, the name kind of opens itself up for jokes and ribbing, like I kind of started this video with. Fans being referred to or possibly referred to as crackheads. The arena possibly being nicknamed the Crack House. Like, I think there's better names out there. I don't really have one that I necessarily wanted, but I didn't think Kraken was the best one out there. But in the end, my opinion on this really doesn't matter because I don't live in Washington. I don't live in Seattle. My favorite team is not going to all of a sudden be the Seattle Krakens. If the Seattle fans, if the Seattle, Washington citizens, locals, if they're on board with this name, that's all that matters. My opinion as someone who lives from afar and is a fan of a different NHL team, it doesn't really matter all that much. So names are names, but to me, not the best choice they could have made. But let's move on. Let's move on to the logos. On the bright side, I do really like the logos and the color scheme. I think it fits the name quite well. You have the S, which is a standard S, and from afar, it's kind of funny. If you look at it from afar, the logo kind of reminds you or looks similar to like the Seattle Mariners. So it fits in terms of the Seattle kind of sports landscape, but the S with the tentacles winding through the suction cups, the menacing eye, it fits a team named the Kraken. Then you move on to the alternate logo or the secondary logo, and you have the anchor nautical theme. Makes sense, but the cool thing is it has that space needle, big kind of symbol of Seattle integrated in it. I think that's pretty cool. And once again, the color scheme I think fits the shades of blue, the pinkish red accent color. It fits Seattle's sports teams, right? The Mariners and the Seahawks. It fits those teams with the main colors. I do wish they would have gone more heavy with the lighter blues because the darker blue is used quite a bit in the NHL already. But if you're going to have a team named the Kraken, you kind of have to go with a stormier, darker blue. So I understand that, although I wish they kind of would have made the lighter blues maybe the more of the focus. But that's really the only con I have about the color scheme. And then last but not least, the jerseys I think are pretty slick. I love the different shades of blue. I love the accent of the pinkish red color. I think overall with the logo and the shades and the colors and the font, I think it all fits very, very well. I think these jerseys are going to be hot sellers for sure. So that's my take on the announcement of the Seattle Krakens. I hope you enjoyed watching. Once again, I'm not a local. I'm not going to be a main fan of this team, so ultimately my opinion doesn't really matter on this subject. I just figured I'd share kind of what I thought. But I'd love to hear your guys' thoughts down in the comment section below. Like, share, and subscribe. Appreciate that so much. But most importantly, as always, stay safe, make good decisions, and I'll see you next time.